My name is Dr. Matt Horn, and I'm going to be your English teacher this semester. I want to thank you for taking the class, and I want to explain to you where I am with this class and what's going to happen over the semester. So, our first meeting is going to be next Saturday. I think it's the 19th of September. It's not this Saturday, although 14-week classes may start sometime this week. And if you need to check your schedule, because if you're meeting twice a week or 3 times a week, you might be starting sooner than we do because we're a Saturday class. So I'll see you in 7 or 8 days. And it's important you come to that first session because that you can meet me and then I can explain how the class is a land class, but all the assignments are going to be online so that if you get sick or if you have to take on an extra shift at work, or if something happens in your family and you need to stay home for a couple Saturdays, you can still keep right on track with the class. But I'll be there um, every other Saturday to discuss material with you and to talk with you. I say every other Saturday because it's an hour drive in for me and it's an hour drive back. And on this, Tricey just canceled another class on me without giving me much warning at all about that. So uh, to save on gas and my time, I'm going to go ahead, and my plan right now is to have us meet every other Saturday, or rather, for me to be there every other Saturday. And if you decide to join me, then please come with questions and with material to specifically talk with me about, because the class is going to have all the assignments online, and those assignments will be explained online with audio clips or with videos that have captions and all of that if you need to use that. Then, if you're actually comfortable working this class just as an online class and you don't feel you need to come to class physically, as long as your work is coming in on time, or more or less on time. You might need a couple days, an extra week for something. Just let me know. Many times we actually have good reasons for this. So I'm certainly willing to grant you an extension on this if you ever need extra time. But if you feel like you can just do this class online and you don't necessarily have to come to our land sessions, then I'm happy to accommodate you, and I'll take attendance based on your online activity, because I can go online, I can see when you check in, when you log in, that sort of thing. And then if you're turning in your work at a regular pace and you're doing a good job with it, I'm having no problem giving you an A. You earned an A. You did a good job in the class. But if you would feel a little more comfortable at the beginning or even throughout the class, just coming every other Saturday, talking with me, uh, then you're welcome to do that. But please know that I'm not going to be giving anything new. I'm not going to give any new information in class. If I have an online explanation about something, I expect you to see that first and then to come to class with questions about that. And then we can talk about it. I'm happy to help you. So I am under contract to have a land presence there. And, because of the way some of my classes have been dropped, and, I'm an hour away going, an hour coming on a Saturday. I have other obligations too. I'm going to be traveling a little bit for an organization I work for. I would appreciate it if we met every other Saturday. Okay, if you allowed me to be there every other Saturday, and then you come in if you need any help. But the first Saturday, I think we should all meet just so that you can see me and we can talk about things. All right. Of course, if you have an emergency or you really can't make it that first Saturday and you're okay doing this as an online class, once you figure things out, I'm okay with that too. Now here's really what's important here. The class is out of 100 points, so just keep on earning those points. Don't necessarily pay attention to percentages at the beginning. Just make sure that you are earning points, and at the end of the semester, you're going to have a certain collection of points you've earned, and that's your grade. Like if you've earned 85 points, you've made an 85%. It's as simple as that. If you've earned 90 points, you've made an A minus, a 90. or an A. Now, there is a syllabus I have to present to you, but please understand it's not going to have anything radical or things that you need to know right now to succeed in the class. I need to retool it. I need to redesign it a little bit, and so it might be 2 or 3 weeks late. But it's just going to be full of policies like that the school has already placed on their website, and information like where you can get tutoring and how you can contact the accessibility office, and last day to withdraw and stuff like that. And frankly, you know if you need to find that information, it's much better for you to go online to Tri-C's website and then just search for it. Just in fact, just put Tri-C last day to withdraw classes into Google and you'll find it. And that website is probably going to be updated and have accurate information. Our syllabi, I'm talking for faculty, may or may not be updated. We're teaching a lot. We're doing a lot of things. We sometimes we try to reuse an old syllabus and we get the room numbers wrong, and we don't even know if an office has changed rooms or something like that. It's much better for you to find that information online. In fact, frankly, the syllabus is a radically outdated document that most schools uncritically continue to use, probably for accreditation purposes, but frankly, it's a useless document. All right, if you want to look for schedules of assignments, go online to our online class, and there it is. If you want to look through the whole class at once, go online to our online class, there it is. If you want to find out something about when something closes or where this service is, go to the website. Tri-C updates that, and it's accurate. So, just use common sense and be a little aggressive in your investigation, and you'll find the information you need. I promise. So anyway, now about the textbooks. Here's something important you need to know. Tri-C a lot of the English classes, writing classes, freshman composition 1 and 2, are using a new service from Macmillan Press called Achieve on the Hub, okay, or Achieve with the Hub. And there was a strong movement towards having everyone kind of use that. So I said, sure, I could accommodate, I'll use it. So the thing is, this is going to be a whole new preparation for me. I have never taught with Achieve on the Hub. Now, I'm very confident as a teacher in my ability to teach and understand and produce academic writing. So I have no doubt at all that I can be a benefit to you. However, I don't know the logistics and the in and outs yet of Achieve by the Hub. Now, I'm beginning to learn this. I'm not going to be doing much this weekend because I have to travel for an organization. I have to get over to Milwaukee, and I'll be back Monday night. But I plan to design the class as we go. So you'll get week 1, you'll get work for week 1, then you get work for work folder 2. We're going to have 8 work folders, and you'll need to do all of them. And I'll design those work folders as the class progresses. And those work folders will be using material from Achieve on the Hub. So you need to buy that material. You'll get a login code, and this is material online that is being provided by Macmillan Press. However, okay, I'm going to have another version of the class, if you will, for those of you that may not be able to afford Achieve by the Hub, or just may not be comfortable doing that right now. I'm going to have the version of the class that I always use. I love it. I'm comfortable with it. I know it does a good job. I'm going to have a slimmed down version of that available to anybody who says, I really am not comfortable working with Achieve by the Hub or on the Hub, or I need to save some money or whatnot. And I'm going to prefer to do another version of the class. Now, I promise you, there's not going to be one version that's harder than the other, okay? But I need you to work with me on this because things can get a little confusing. And I don't want you to think that you have to do both. Okay, if you've already used Achieve in maybe college composition 1 and you like it, then you can use Achieve from my class, and I'll give you assignments to do. Okay, If you'd rather not bother with that and you don't want to really buy any textbooks, you can use my old version, which I'll have listed there too. Okay, so um, that's what I'm going to be presenting to you, and that's why I'm not necessarily going to be lecturing or giving you new information in class, because I'm expecting you to learn through these materials. And if you're using Achieve and another student is just using my regular old class, um, you know, we'll be we we're not necessarily going to have the same essay to talk about or the same reading to talk about. So, but I'm happy to talk about whatever you want to talk about if you come into our regular land sessions every other week. Now, um, so you go ahead and make that decision, and the first Saturday that we meet, which is I'll check my phone calendar really quickly here, um, is going to be the 18th. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the 18th. Um, yes, at 11, or 10. Just check your schedule. It's not very early, but it's still morning. It's before noon. Um, if we can you can tell me which path you want. I'll explain all of this again, but that's I'm just giving you a heads up. Okay, so let's just take a break right now and go over some of the potentially confusing things I've just said. One is even though on schedule this class is scheduled to meet every Saturday, I really think we can make it work meeting every other Saturday. All right. Um, I'll, I'll 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 be there every other Saturday. Now, as far as your own attendance, if once you understand what we're doing and you see what's online, if you feel like you can do it all online, I'm okay with that. I want to honor that decision on your part, because you may have some really good ideas or reasons for doing something else on that Saturday and just working through this class as an online class. But if you do that, please understand that I don't want you complaining to me or to the dean or to wherever that, oh, Dr. Horn is not meeting, or it's he turned it into an online class. No, no, no. I don't like dealing with actual paper, because I lose it or I rip it or it gets rained on or it gets dirty. I can't tell you how many times someone has turned in an essay, printed out, and then I spill coffee in it, or something happens to it, or I lose it, or they never turned it in, but they say they turned it in, and they slipped it under my door, and this and that. And hey, you know what? We turn in things online now. You know, just type up your essay, save it as a Word file or as a PDF, attach it to Blackboard or Canvas or whatever online service you're using, your school is using, and it doesn't get lost. You see what I'm saying? You have a record of it. You have a copy of it on your computer. So it's just so much better. Yes, I know it's scheduled as a land class, and I'm going to be there on a regular basis. I would like to take every other week to do something else, because it's a long trip for me just for one class. And I know we can do this. So, but I'll be there every other Saturday, and you can come in and we can work one on one, or if there are 3 or 4 or 5 of you there, we can just sit around a table and talk. I'm not going to be lecturing new material. So that's kind of confusing to some students, right? And then the whole textbook and well, what exactly are we using? That's confusing, because I'm actually giving you a choice, right? If you want to use Achieve, I'm going to give you some assignments and some readings, and you'll produce a writing portfolio for me. If you want to do my class, my old version, it's going to be there too. So when you go online, you're probably going to see like two major work folders, and one is like says open this if you're using Achieve, and the other one is open this if you want to use my old class, my old version. And then you open it, and picking on whichever one you open, you're going to see 8 work folders in there for you, and those are the ones you have to worry about. You don't have to worry about the other big folder. So I know that could be confusing, because professors usually don't give you a couple options for how to do the class, but I'm going to offer that to you. The reason I'm going to offer that to you is that I have never used Achieve, and I'm going to have to use this semester to sort of design that work, right? So, uh, I don't want to frustrate you, or somehow allow you to have expectations that I have not used Achieve before. I need to read, I need to think, I need to prepare that. So, you know, that sort of, you know, thing that's happening at the same time as you're trying to take the class might be a little disconcerting to you or frustrating to you. In that case, I'd say, well, why don't you maybe take my old version? But anyway, that could be potentially confusing, right? You know, because I'm giving you two options. But anyway, so the third thing that can be confusing is that you're getting this video before you can probably before you can even open up the class. So, you know, I'm sending it to you now. I don't even know if I'm sending it to your email address, and you know, I don't want it to be a surprise to you that I'm sending this early. But and I don't want you to think there's like something you have to do. You don't have to do anything until the class until that Saturday the 18th. You know, show up and let's talk. But I wanted you to meet me, kind of hear me, kind of see me, kind of, and then I wanted you to think about these things. You know, think about these things about classes out of 100 points. You're going to have 8 work folders. You can work ahead if you want to, whatever. Just get it done. You can do it as an online class if you wish. And then I have 2 tracks. And please understand, you don't have to do both. You pick one. And if you pick one and halfway through you want to maybe go to the other, we'll work something out. But again, you don't have to do both tracks. There's going to be 2 there. One that I'm going to be developing in real time, and one that I've already been using for years. So you can pick whichever one you want to do. You just have to earn 100 points, or you know, up to 100 points, because that's going to be the class. Now, the other thing you need to know about, and maybe start thinking now, is that this is a research class, so you're going to have to write a research paper. It's going to have to be around 2,000 words. You're going to have to use maybe 6 sources. You're going to have to work starting off reading and thinking about a broad topic, and then you're going to have to learn how to narrow it and focus just have a laser focus on something manageable. And I'm going to help you with that. We're going to talk about that through videos, through audio clips, and if you want to come in online and discuss this with me, I'm happy about that too. But you know, be prepared for that and start thinking about something you want to research, you want to learn about, and you want to write about. And you're going to need to use sources. Now, the sources can be, now this is something just for me, right? Because other professors might have other requirements, but my sources, they could be all online, as they could be all books, they could be all journals, whatever. They just have to be good sources. So, you know, start thinking about that. All right. Now, the the you know, just a couple more things. One of the ways that I grade is that when you turn in an essay, I'm going to actually score it first. So you're not going to get a lot of feedback the first time you get the essay back, but you'll see the grade. And I want to assure you that I look at them. I think about, you know, I'm scoring them as I would actually score them for real. Of course, I'm scoring them. But if let's say you write an essay and it's worth 10 points or something, and you get 9 out of 10, okay, usually because I have so many classes and so many students I'm trying to deal with, you're just going to get the 9 out of 10 score. I have a reason that I maybe held back 1 point, right? If that is something that, you know, sort of you want to talk with me about, you're interested maybe in getting that point back, or you want to revise the paper, then you need to call me or email me, text me. Let's do Zoom, or come in on one of those days I'm going to be there, and I will give you the feedback that you're waiting for. So I'm happy to give feedback on every and any essay that I grade, that I score. But if I do that first, I will be overwhelmed with all the grading I have to do. And I assure you, I'm not getting paid enough for all those hours I'm going to have to put into that. I would much rather give the feedback verbally to someone, show you exactly how to fix something right then and there on the spot. But I need you to identify yourself. So I don't want to do this for everyone, because frankly, not a few students, or a good number of students, may not even really want that sort of feedback. You know, as a writer and as a student, I didn't really care for the teacher to write comments all over my paper. I wanted to dig it out of the dirt, if you will. I wanted to make it my own. I wanted to find my own path. So I didn't really care for the comments, but I know some of you do. Some of you actually are, think I would like to know what he thinks about this. You're not going to get that on the first version of the score, but then you contact me after you get that essay back and say, can I have some feedback? What's going on here? And I'll be happy to give you a lot of feedback verbally. And then you can go back and fix it, and then you can send it in again, and I'll regrade it, and then you can be happy with the score, or we can do it all over again until you get the score you want. So I really don't have any essay that you have to revise, but if you want to revise until you get the score you want, let's do it. But you have to talk to me first, okay? You have to come and say, I need some more feedback. I need some feedback on this. So that can be confusing because you're not going to get those comments in the initial first time you get your work back. So I'm waiting for you to sort of identify yourself saying, hey, I'm one of those students that wants feedback. For every one of you, there are two others that don't. So I'm not going to force them to take feedback, and I'm not going to spend all this time trying to give them feedback. You need to come to me so I know, and then I'll be happy to talk with you. So, that's some of the core fabric of the class. Those are some of the main ways I operate and some of the main things you're going to have to do. So, please, it's good to think about these things now to hear this so that if you maybe want to change to another section, you can find another teacher, or if you want to kind of commit and come in on Saturday the 18th, that's great. I'll be there. But I just wanted to give you some of this early information. Okay. So, don't panic if you don't get anything from me until the 18th, or if you can't access the class, you don't see anything yet, don't panic. Don't panic. We'll make it through. I'm building as we go. Okay. All right. Hey, thank you so much for listening and watching this video. I appreciate it.